Guys, we got brand new Super Junior again! Hey everybody, what is up? I'm back with another music video reaction for you today. This time it is This Is Love by Super Junior. Everything that Super Junior has come out with in the past, I don't know, year, 2 years has just been like progressively better and better and better. And I'm really excited to see this. I have really high expectations for this, so let's see if they can deliver. Let's do this. Oh, this just looks awesome. It's a box, and it's an awesome box.
This is love. Come on, girl.
수백 개의 단어 수정의 모습 보면 똑같은 들어 똑같은 참모호한 기분 어렵고 더 쉬운 수많은 사랑 그 똑같은 사랑 갑자기 눈물방울들 젖을 듯 날 스쳐가 모두 콤만 비슷해 스치는 뿐 좋으면 좀 방심했고 어느새 생각하지
This is so good.
그 방울처럼 This is love, this is love 여름밤
Listen to the bass player.
피어난 수수한 꽃도 This is love, this is love 아주 작은 게 사랑이었다는 걸 알게 해줘 너
지난봄 나부터 서운 너와 나의 첫 번째 이야기 매일 러블리 데이 어느새 우린 지시버린 거울 같은 사이 네가 좋은 이유 글쎄 말하자면 우리들의 사랑은 안단테보다 많이 받는 행복 내게 소원이 나요라고 물으면 오직 너라고
Peachel would stop singing and just start talking in the middle of the song. It's a perfect part for him.
얘기 듣다가 누굴 봐봐 사랑이란 말로 안내 줘야 할 정답들을 그저 먼 곳에서 찾았던 나에게 너 This is love, this is love 여린 바람도 길가에 피어난 수수한 꽃도 This is love, this is love 아주 작은 게 사랑이었다는 걸 알게 해줘 너 This is love 맑은 하늘도 수평선처럼 멋사는 태양도 This is love 세상 모든 게 사랑이었다는 걸 가르쳐줘
Yes. So groovy.
맞추면 잊혀져가 간단한 사람들 쏟아는 너를 알아 잠을처럼 love hey 그대로 love hey 너와 나 단둘이서
Cool modulation there. Digging that.
좀 더 가까이 just wanna hold you This is love 여름 바람도 길가에 피어난 수수한 꽃도 This is love 아주 작은 게 사랑이었다는 걸 알게 해줘 너 This is
That was so funky and groovy. I've been missing hearing something like that. I love this. It wasn't the most powerful and flashy, in-your-face vocal song like Blue World was, but at the same time, you don't always have to do that. And within the framework of this song, where it's a little more subdued, a little more subtle, their amazing vocals are still able to shine through, because even though the parts aren't quite as soaring or as amazing sounding, they're singing every little subtle part with the same amount of attention to detail and musicality, and that's what sets Super Junior apart from many other groups. They're just professionals through and through and can make a little bit laid back and groovy song like this work and really shine. They don't have to have a song with in-your-face crazy vocals for you to hear and appreciate how good they can sound. This track has such an awesome backing track. The mixing and mastering and all of the instrument tones and sounds is just brilliantly put together along with Super Junior's vocals, and I'll try to point out as many of those things as I can as we go back through a second time. So let's analyze this, and there's a whole bunch of stuff I want to talk about, so I'll try to squeeze it all in. The music video, by the way, I thought was really awesome. I always like the black and white, the formal, classy suits. I'm a fan of that kind of thing. I'm a fan of classy. Super Junior does classy well. I can relate to that. Maybe I'm boring, but I like formal, classy suits and stuff like that. I just think that never gets old. Right off the bat, you'll notice funky bass player. Bass players can just take over a song, take it to another level. That's what's going on here. Just listen for that bass. It's all over the track. Playing inside the lines, so to speak, but there's enough little things sort of poking through, little slaps and plucked parts on the bass, you'll really notice them. Super funky, gives the song an awesome vibe. Lots and lots of vocal layers too. And then here, listen carefully. I'm gonna pause it right here. Listen to the background synth that they throw in this song. All the instrumentation is really vintage sounding. You know, they got the rhythm guitar, they've got the bass, they've got the old school like electric piano sound. But then here, listen in the chorus, they throw in a really modern sounding synthesizer, and it's just kind of playing the chords under the vocals and adding a really cool texture. Listen for that.
this is love, 아주 작은 게.
Kind of sneaky, huh? So many vocal layers though. This is great. Just stops rapping and just starts talking in the middle of the song. Fits him perfectly. Hear the synth sneak back in here. It really kind of gives it a modern vibe, even though the whole point of the song is to be sort of vintage funky sounding. I really like how they did that. The amount of vocal layers is just crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a center channel and then like quad tracking, even on all the solo parts. It's so like lush and thick sounding. And of course the group vocals are really what Super Junior does so well. So listen to the instrumentation here. That is super cool. Actually, this reminds me of kind of like what Dirty Loops is doing. Just totally. Interesting key changes here, modulation. Then it resolves. on my screen. I don't know if you guys got that too. It might just be the way I've got my video card set up. And the rhythm guitar, it's so tasteful. Everything is perfectly in the pocket. And so is their singing. I really like this sort of repeat here. But like I was saying, everything is just in the pocket. That's what I like about Super Junior. They understand the kind of music that they're making every single time. And they don't make the same kind of song almost ever, or at least never like 2 times in a row. They're making very different sounding kinds of songs, but it seems like they always understand exactly what kind of song that they're making, what kind of flow and sound it should have, and their singing always perfectly matches that. I mean, like this song, for example, is sort of a laid-back funk track, you know, just kind of nod your head to it, kind of groovy, kind of funky. A lot of people would really try to do too much with this kind of song and just over-sing it, and it would get beyond tasteful, and you know, they just don't understand how to serve the song better. Because ultimately, as a musician or a producer or a recording engineer, you have to serve what the song should sound like. You should do everything in your power to make the song sound as good as it possibly can. Everything else comes back to that in the end. And Super Junior, I just feel like they've been doing this for so long, they're so good at this, that they always know exactly what the song needs, and they're always delivering exactly what the song needs. The backing track is so well mixed and mastered, it just sounds huge. The sort of vintage sounding instrumentation for sort of a funky track, but then adding that modern synth part and kind of had some stutters and glitches in there. It's just brilliant. I am super impressed, and I'll say it again, Super Junior, great job. You didn't let me down, always delivering quality music. I did not expect a song that was this groovy and sort of funky and vintage sounding, but it was a very, very welcome surprise. I was hoping that Super Junior would do something like this ever since TVXQ did Something and Spellbound. This is kind of along those lines, and I definitely dig this style for Super Junior. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed my reaction/review. Please like, comment, subscribe, share on Twitter, post to your Facebook wall, post on forums. All that stuff really helps us out, and I'll see you guys next time.